shines about as it travels through the air. Magic Mouse, Magic Mouse. It's the one thing that I think of every day. Oh, Magic Mouse, Magic, Magic Mouse. Won't you please come to my home with me and stay? It's a thread so fine it can't be seen, yet so strong it can't break. It makes all as one just for the fun, like ingredients of cake. And on Earth or Mars or Jupiter, its magic still remains. For the Magic Mouse is everywhere, so don't forget.
Oh, hello there. And now a story about the Magic Mouse. As you recall, Magic Mouse moved into the treehouse in Mother Amal's garden in the village of Angelville, where the children had graciously invited it to live. Mouse being so small, so as never to be seen, and no one could tell if Mouse were a boy or a girl. Mouse said it made no difference. As you remember in our last story, the Emerald Twinkler had come from the tunnel which led to the path to the center of everything to inform the village that a monster had gotten through the tunnel, and people were panicked and were rushing about. But it didn't make sense to anyone. So young Albertina Cuddlewick came in and said, Professor Quizzy, the school principal, if he were to stand on his head, the Emerald Twinkler would make more sense and we'd know what this is all about. Well, nothing could be more silly. I mean, the school principal standing on his head, after all. But Professor Quizzy, being a kind man, said, I will oblige, and he did. And immediately he stood on his head. The Emerald Twinkler began to make total sense. And what it said was that a large, gigantic red dragon had come through the tunnel and was about to enter Angelville. Well, people thought even worse, a red dragon, when Magic Mouse said, wait a minute. It does not mean it is an evil red dragon. But before anyone could react, the red dragon appeared, and young Albertina Cuddlewick, the youngest and bravest of Mother Amal's children, said, if you're a dragon, where's your fire? And the dragon said, I keep it inside to keep me warm. It's not there to frighten you. Who are you? What is your name, and what are you doing here? My name is Sir Gawain Dragon. I am searching for the Holy Grail and have run out of money. I need a job awfully bad. And Magic Mouse said, how splendid. We have need of your services to be a school crossing guard. Because if you, a large red dragon, were to lie across the road, no one would dare drive a car through you. And the children cheered an exciting adventure. And they marched off to school with Sir Gawain Dragon. But there was still time before school, so Sir Gawain said, I think I shall tell you a story of my search for the Holy Grail. It's about the first ever human being to sit on an elephant's back. Not a man or a woman, not a boy or a girl had ever sat on the back of an elephant. And it was a time to happen, and it was in a kingdom where the people were mean and violent and hitting and screaming and shouting, and nobody was at peace, and everybody kicked and screamed and hit and shouted, all but one man, and he wore a white cloth and wove a beautiful colored cloth while sitting in the square. He had no name, for no one thought he worthy enough to have a name, until one day a man who was hitting his best friend said, Wife, I'm tired of hitting my friend. Who may I hit? Hit him over there. He won't hit you back. And someone else said, who may I scream at? Scream at him, hit him, shout at him. And soon everybody began to call our friend him. Then one day, after many years of people screaming at him and shouting at him and hitting at him, him closed his eyes and said, Dear Lord, can the shouting and the screaming ever stop? And the Lord said, if you will go into the jungle and there find a stick and hit an elephant. Your problem will be solved. But must I strike an elephant for violence to stop? Do as I say. And him went to the jungle, picked up a stick, and was about to strike the elephant when the elephant turned its head and said, "Excuse me, sir, but if you strike me, I will step on you, and you will be no more." But I didn't want that to happen. I just wanted the shouting and the screaming to stop. And if I stepped on you, it would it not? But not for me, for everybody. "I cannot help you," said him, "but I too have had a dream that one day we could become friends." "Well, I will be your friend." And him and the elephant became friends. And they went to the village of over there where the people were screaming and shouting. And when they saw him on the elephant, they said, "How did you conquer the elephant? Did you hit it?" He said, "No, I loved the elephant and became his friend. And if you could learn to love, you could have an elephant for a friend too." And one by one, they learned the meaning of love. And everyone in over there had an elephant for a friend. And that's our story for today.
Someone makes you slip and you wanna bruise their lip, use a word.
Use a word.
When someone grabs your book and you go for your left hook, use a word.
Use a word.
'Cause we can work it out, that's what words were invented for. We can work it out, it's the best way there is for sure. To fight over something is absurd. So for Pete's sake, use a word. Someone steals your ball and you wanna make them fall, use a word.
Use a word.
When someone plays a trick and you're winding up to kick, use a word.
Use a word.
'Cause we can work it out, that's what words were invented for. We can work it out, it's the best way there is for sure. To fight over something is absurd. So for Pete's sake, use a word. There's so many different words, they do all kinds of things. Some can make us smile and laugh while others hurt and sting. We get to choose the words we use each and every day. So when it's time to use a word, be careful what you say. 'Cause we can work it out, that's what words were invented for. We can work it out, it's the best way there is for sure. To fight over something is absurd. So for Pete's sake, use a word. When someone hurts your pride and you wanna run and hide, use a word.
Use a word.
When someone thinks of you in a way that isn't true, use a word.
Use a word.
Everybody's different, take a look around and see. You're the only you I know and I'm the only me. Because we're all so different, there'll be times we'll disagree. But I just wanna say, my friend, that that's alright with me. 'Cause we can work it out, that's what words were invented for. We can work it out, it's the best way there is for sure. To fight over something is absurd. So for Pete's sake, and Jamie's and Nikki's and Juan's and Jamal's and Debbie's and Aaron's and Crystal's and David's and Andy's, use a word.
Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. This is the story of a pig named Wilbur and of Wilbur's dear friend, Charlotte Cavatica, a beautiful gray spider who lived with Wilbur in the barn. Also in the story is Mrs. Goose and the head sheep. By a wonderfully clever plan of her own, Charlotte the spider saves the life of Wilbur, who after all is some pig.
The day was rainy and dark. Rain fell on the roof of the barn and dripped steadily from the eaves. Rain fell in the barnyard and ran in crooked courses down into the lane where thistles and pigweed grew. Rain fell on the backs of the sheep as they grazed in the meadow. When the sheep tired of standing in the rain, they walked slowly up the lane and into the fold.
Rain upset Wilbur's plans. Wilbur had planned to go out this day and dig a new hole in the yard, and he had other plans too. His plans for the day went something like this.
Breakfast at 6:30.
Skim milk, crust, middlings, bits of donuts, potato skins, leftover custard pudding with raisins, and bits of shredded wheat.
Breakfast would be finished at 7. From 7 to 9.
Wilbur planned to take a nap outdoors in the sun.
From 9 to 11, he planned to dig a hole.
Or trench, and possibly find something good to eat buried in the dirt.
From 11 to 12, he planned to stand still and watch flies on the boards, watch bees in the clover, and watch swallows in the air. 12 o'clock, lunchtime.
Warm water, apple parings, meat, gravy, carrot scrappings, meat scraps, stale hominy, and the wrapper off a package of cheese. Lunch would be over at 1.
From 1 to 2, Wilbur planned to
sleep.
From 2 to 3, he planned to
scratch itchy places by rubbing against the fence.
From 3 to 4, he planned
to stand perfectly still and think of what it was like to be alive.
At 4 would come supper.
Oh, skim milk, leftover sandwich from Lurvy's lunchbox, prune skins, a morsel of this, a bit of that, fried potatoes, a little more of this, a little more of that, and a piece of baked apple and a scrap of upside-down cake.
Wilbur had gone to sleep thinking about these plans. He awoke at 6 and saw the rain, and it seemed as though he couldn't bear it.
I get everything all beautifully planned out, and it has to go and rain. One day is just like another, and I'm very young. I have no real friend in the barn. It's going to rain all morning and all afternoon. Oh, honestly.
And Wilbur was crying again for the second time in 2 days. At 6:30, Wilbur heard the banging of a pail. Lurvy was standing outside in the rain, stirring up breakfast.
Come on, pig,
said Lurvy. Wilbur did not budge. Lurvy dumped the slop, scraped the pail, and walked away. He noticed that something was wrong with the pig. Didn't want food. He wanted love. He wanted a friend, someone who would play with him. He mentioned this to the goose, who was sitting quietly in a corner of the sheepfold.
Will you come over and play with me? He asked.
Sorry, Sonny,
said the goose.
I'm sitting on my eggs, 8 of them. Got to keep them toasty, oatsy warm. I have to stay here. I'm no flibbity-ibbity-gibbet. I do not play when there's eggs to hatch. I'm expecting goslings.
Well, I didn't think you were expecting woodpeckers,
said Wilbur bitterly. Wilbur next tried one of the sheep.
Sheep, will you play with me? Certainly not,
said the sheep.
In the first place, I cannot get into your pen, as I'm not big enough to jump over the fence. In the second place, I'm not interested in pigs. Pigs mean less than nothing to me,
said the sheep.
Well, what do you mean, less than nothing? I don't think there is any such thing as less than nothing. Oh, be quiet,
said the sheep.
You'll play with yourself. I don't play with pigs.
Sadly, Wilbur lay down and listened to the rain. Friendless, dejected, and hungry, he threw himself down in the manure and sobbed. Darkness settled over everything.
You can imagine Wilbur's surprise when out of the darkness came a small voice he had never heard before. It sounded rather thin, but pleasant.
Do you want a friend, Wilbur?
It said.
I'll be a friend to you. I've watched you all day, and I like you.
But I can't see you,
said Wilbur, jumping to his feet.
Where are you? And who are you?
I'm right here, said the voice. Now go to sleep. You'll see me in the morning.
The night seemed very long, endless really.
Wilbur's stomach was empty, but his mind was full. And when your stomach is empty and your mind is full, it's always hard to sleep.
What time is it?
Whispered Wilbur.
To the goose.
Probably about 11:30. Why aren't you asleep, Wilbur?
Oh, too many things on my mind.
Oh, Well, that's not my problem. I have nothing at all on my mind, but too many things under my behind. Have you ever tried to sleep while sitting on 8 eggs?
No, I suppose it's uncomfortable. How long does it take a goose egg to hatch?
Oh, approximately 30 days, all told. But I cheat a little. On warm afternoons, I just pull a little straw over the eggs and go out for a walk. Now go to sleep, dear. You'll wake all the sheep if you're not careful, Elful.
Oh, I wish it were morning.
And finally, one by one, the stars went out. Wilbur could see the goose a few feet away now, and he could see the sheep. The sky had lightened.
Oh, beautiful day. It's here at last. Today I shall find my new friend. Attention, please. Will the party who addressed me at bedtime last night kindly make himself or herself known by giving an appropriate sign or signal?
The old sheep woke up.
Stop your nonsense, Wilbur. If you have a new friend, you're probably disturbing his rest. And the quickest way to spoil a friendship is to wake somebody up in the morning before he's ready. How can you be sure your friend is an early riser? Oh, I beg everybody's pardon,
whispered Wilbur.
I didn't mean to be objectionable.
He lay down meekly in the manure, facing the door. He did not know it, but his friend was very near. And the old sheep was right. The friend was still asleep.
At last, just as Wilbur was settling down for his morning nap, he heard again the thin voice that had addressed him the night before.
Salutations,
said the voice.
Salutations.
Oh, what are they and where are you? Please tell me where you are and what are salutations?
Salutations are greetings. When I say salutations, it's just fancy for saying hello or good morning. Actually, it is a silly expression, and I'm surprised that I've used it at all. As for my whereabouts, that's easy. Look for me here in the corner of the doorway. Here I am. Look, I'm waving at you.
At last, Wilbur saw the creature that had spoken to him in such a kindly way. Stretched across the upper part of the doorway was a big spider web, and hanging from the top of the web, head down, was a large gray spider. She was about the size of a gumdrop. She had 8 legs, and she was waving one of them at Wilbur in a friendly greeting.
See me now?
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. How are you? Good morning. Salutations. Very pleased to meet you. What is your name, please? May I have your name?
My name,
said the spider,
is Charlotte. Charlotte A. Cavatica. But you can call me Charlotte.
I think you're beautiful.
Well, I am pretty. There's no denying that. Almost all spiders are rather nice looking. I'm not as flashy as some, but I'll do. Now, watch me wrap up this fly that's stuck in my web. First, I dive at him.
And she plunged head first towards the fly as she dropped a tiny silken thread unwound from her rear end.
Next, I wrap him up.
And she grabbed the fly and threw a few jets of silk around him, wrapping so that he couldn't move. Wilbur watched in horror. He could hardly believe what he was seeing, and although he detested flies, he was sorry for this one.
There. Now I knock him out, so he'll be more comfortable.
And she bit the fly.
He can't feel a thing now. He'll make a perfect breakfast for me.
Do you eat flies?
Certainly. Flies, bugs, grasshoppers, choice beetles, moths, butterflies, tasty cockroaches, gnats, midges, daddy longlegs, mosquitoes, crickets. Anything that is careless enough to be caught in my web. I have to live, don't I?
Oh, why, yes, of course. Do they taste good?
Oh, delicious. Of course, I don't really eat them. I drink them. drink their blood. I love blood.
Oh, don't say that. Please don't say things like that.
Well, you can't talk. You have your meals brought out in a pail. Nobody feeds me. I have to get my own living. And furthermore, do you realize that if I didn't catch bugs and eat them, bugs would increase and multiply and get so numerous that they destroy the earth, wipe out everything?
Really?
Said Wilbur.
I don't want that to happen. Perhaps your web is a good thing after all.
Wilbur liked Charlotte better and better each day. Her campaign against insects seemed sensible and useful. Wilbur admired the way Charlotte managed. He was particularly glad that she always put her victim to sleep before eating it.
It's real thoughtful of you to do that, Charlotte.
Oh, yes.
She replied in her sweet musical voice.
I always give them an anesthetic so they don't feel pain. It's a little service I throw in.
As the days went by, Wilbur grew and grew.
He ate 3 big meals a day. He spent long hours lying on his side, half asleep, dreaming pleasant dreams. He enjoyed good health, and he gained a lot of weight. One afternoon, the sheep said,
Seems to me you're putting on a good deal of weight.
Wilbur replied,
Well, yes, I guess I am. At my age, it's a good thing to keep gaining. Just the same, I don't envy you. You know why they're fattening you up, don't you? I don't like to spread bad news, but they're fattening you up because they're going to kill you, that's why. They're going to what? Kill you. Turn you into smoked ham and bacon. Stop. Stop. I don't want to die. Save me, somebody. Save me.
"Be quiet, Wilbur,"
said Charlotte. I can't be quiet.
screamed Wilbur, racing up and down.
I don't want to be killed. I don't want to die. Is it true what the old sheep says, Charlotte?
Well,
Said Spider, plucking thoughtfully at her web.
the old sheep has been around for this barn for a very long time. She's seen many a spring pig come and go. If she says they plan to kill you, I'm sure it's true. It's also the dirtiest trick I've ever heard of. What people don't think of. Wilbur burst into tears.
I don't want to die. I want to stay alive right here in my comfortable manure pile with my friends. I want to breathe the beautiful air and lie in the beautiful sun. I don't want to die.
Screamed Wilbur, throwing himself on the ground. "You shall not die," said Charlotte.
What? Really? Who's going to save me?
"I am," said Charlotte.
How?
"Well, that does remain to be seen, but I'm going to save you, and I want you to quiet down immediately. You're carrying on in a very childish way. Now stop your crying. I can't stand hysterics."
And so day after day, the spider tried to think of a way to save Wilbur. Finally, one morning in the middle of July, the idea came.
It's perfectly simple. The way to save Wilbur's life is to play a trick on the farmer. If I can fool a bug, I can surely fool a man. People are not as smart as bugs.
Charlotte quickly tore a section out of her web, leaving an open space in the middle. Then she started weaving something to take the place of the thread she had removed.
The next day was foggy. Everything on the farm was dripping wet. On foggy mornings, Charlotte's web was truly a thing of beauty. This morning, each thin strand was decorated with dozens of tiny beads of water. Even Lurvy, the hired man, who wasn't particularly interested in beauty, noticed the web when he came with the pig's breakfast. He noted how big and carefully built it was. And then he took another look, and he saw something that made him set his pail down. There in the center of the web, neatly woven in block letters, was a message. It said,
Some pig. Lurvy felt weak. He brushed his hand across his eyes and stared harder at Charlotte's web.
"I'm seeing things,"
He whispered. He hurried to the farmhouse to call the farmer.
I think you'd better come down to the pig pen,
What's the trouble?
asked the farmer.
Anything wrong with the pig?
Not exactly.
Said Lurvy.
Come and see for yourself.
When they got to the barn, Lurvy said, pointing to the spider's web.
Do you see what I see?
The farmer stared and then murmured the words, "Some pig."
Then he looked at Lurvy, and then he began to tremble.
Wilbur came and stood directly under the web.
Some pig,
Muttered Lurvy. "Some pig,"
whispered the farmer, and walked solemnly to the farmhouse to tell his wife.
"Edith, something's happened. I got something to tell you, Edith, and you better sit down. I think you'd best be told that we have a very unusual pig."
What in the ever-loving, blue-eyed world are you talking about?
Oh, this is a serious thing, Edith. Our pig is completely out of the ordinary.
What's so unusual about that pig?
Well, I don't really know yet, but we received a sign, a mysterious sign. A miracle has happened on our farm. There's a large spider's web in the corner of the barn, right over the pig pen. And right spang in the middle of that web are the words, "Some pig." The words woven right tight into the web. It says, "Some pig," just as clear as can be. A miracle has happened right here on our farm. We have no ordinary pig.
Well, it seems to me you're a little off there. Seems to me we have no ordinary spider.
Oh, no. It's the pig that's unusual, Edith. It says so. Right spang in the middle of the web.
Charlotte was right. People do believe everything they read,
You know,
said the farmer in an important voice.
I've thought all along that pig of ours was extra good. He's a solid pig. That pig is as solid as they come. You notice how solid he is around the shoulders, Lurvy?
Sure I do.
Said Lurvy.
I've always noticed that pig.
He's quite a pig.
Charlotte's trick had worked. Wilbur wouldn't be killed in the spring. No, he was solid. He was long. He was smooth. He was some pig.
Greater than man. Yes, I guess it's just that we were born to realize exactly like we can.
Like we can.
There's no reason for feuding, 'cause who's to say who's right? And I know there's something greater than man. Okay, Bushrod.
to the park with me, Rocky Mountain National Park. There are many things to see at Rocky Mountain National Park. We can be detectives and look for a clue to find lots of animals. I know there's quite a few. We will be happy, happy as a lark at Rocky Mountain National Park.
If we hurry, we may see some of the animals in the park before the afternoon rain.
You're beginning to sound like a real ranger, like your dad.
I should. I've gone on his nature walks often enough.
What kind of animals will we see?
Maybe a marmot or a chipmunk.
Will we see a deer?
Maybe, but even if we don't see any animals, we can tell which ones have been here. We can be detectives and check for clues they leave behind. Dad always tells tourists to look up and down and in and under. For example, look at the trees. Lots of times you can find munch marks on them.
It looks like something has been chewing on this one.
A squirrel, I think. They leave peeled twigs and nipped branch tips like these.
Would an animal make these yellow patches?
Yes, probably a porcupine. They chew on pine bark.
I bet a beaver's been here.
The wood chips are fresh and the grass is bent down, making a path toward the pond.
Let's follow the path. Maybe we'll see the beaver.
I guess he beat us to his lodge, but look at this, footprints. This book of Dad's shows the prints of different animals. We can figure out who was here.
It looks like a raccoon's track.
Probably was. Raccoons often dunk their food if water's handy. He was probably dunking his dinner.
I think I saw something move over in that meadow.
Stand very still, and maybe we'll see a ground squirrel. That's a ground squirrel town.
How can you tell?
See these holes? They're too small for foxholes and too big for snake holes. So I figured they're ground squirrel burrows.
Where are the squirrels now?
They heard us coming and hurried into their homes to hide. Owls are one of the animals that hunt the ground squirrels.
Maybe an owl lives in this tall tree.
If we look on the ground under it, we may find some barf balls.
Barf balls?
When owls eat, they gobble their prey and then throw up pellets of bones and fur and feathers.
Is this one?
Uh-huh. See the pieces of bone sticking out?
There sure is a lot of evidence of animals here. In the city, all you ever see is dog droppings.
You see animal droppings here, too. You're supposed to call them scat, and you can learn a lot from scat. Scat with bones and hair in it comes from meat-eating animals like coyote. Scat that is kind of grassy could come from animals like a deer or a rabbit because they eat just plants.
I'm so hungry I could eat plants myself.
Dad says never to eat any wild plants unless an adult's along to tell you what's safe. I figured you'd be hungry, so I brought a snack. Let's sit over here and rest while we eat.
Why is all that grass bent down over there?
Somebody else was taking a rest. Not a somebody, a something. Can you guess what?
Whatever it was, it squashed down pretty much grass. It must have been a pretty big animal, maybe a deer or an elk.
You're probably right. You're getting to be pretty good detectives.
Do you suppose the animals know when people are at the park?
I bet they smell us and hear us as we walk.
Dad always reminds visitors not to leave clues behind. I brought a sack for our trash so we can carry it out. We'd better head back. See how dark the sky is getting? The animals are probably already hiding from the storm, and we'd better head for shelter too.
Would you come to the park with me, Rocky Mountain National Park? There are many things to see, Rocky Mountain National Park. We can be detectives and look for a clue to find lots of animals. I know there's quite a few. We will be happy, happy as a lark at Rocky Mountain National Park.
Reduce your trash reuse your stuff. We'll start right now. Enough's enough.
You got it, you got it.
Okay, let's go.
Reduce your trash, reuse your stuff. We'll start right now. Enough's enough. We'll clean the earth, so spread the news to everyone. Reduce, reuse. Wow.
We'll clean the earth, so spread the news.
To everyone, reduce, reuse.
Elwood, you're brilliant.
Thank you.
I'm glad you came into my life, Elwood.
Oh, I'm having a lot of fun here. This
You
is
know-
great.
Have we got anything else to talk about today?
Do you have any stories for me?
Well, what kind of story would you like to hear?
About reducing and reusing.
Well, poor people tend to reduce and reuse.
They do.
I live in the camp with the other men and women who don't have houses, but we're happy because we have a lot of love. And I'll tell you how we know how to make houses out of straw.
You do? Like the three little piggies,
I
huh?
knew you'd say that,
I knew they need houses out of straw, yeah.
but they're the strongest.
Oh, wow.
And they're the best insulation
Really?
because they're thick.
Uh-huh.
And I don't like that Three Piggy story because they told a false story about a straw house. A straw house is a real good house.
Really?
Yeah.
Couldn't blow it down, huh?
Couldn't blow it down if you tried.
Wow.
Okay. So we can reuse and build a house and reuse, right?
Wow, yeah.
Now, what about all the copper wire that comes out of a house when they tear a house down?
I don't know. What about it?
You melt it down
You do and make pennies.
at pennies and more copper wire.
Wow. Wow.
And we're going to say so long until next time?
So long until next time.
We love you.
We'll see you.
This is Lester Quibbles with my quibble for today. My quibble for today is the flu. The flu, yes. What a stupid name. Why do they call it the flu? After you have it, do they call it the flown? No, it doesn't make any sense at all, does it? Well, let me tell you about the flu. The flu stands for influenza, meaning there is flu in your enza. Now, where is your enza, you might ask? I don't know. Why ask me? You might ask your mom and dad, but then again, they don't know either, so don't ask them. But let me tell you, the flu is terrible. When you have the flu, you have something inside you that wants to get out, and it doesn't care which end, if you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, go ask your mom and dad. They'll think you're a nasty little kid. And that's my quibble for the day.
So what about our current history? Does anybody ever tell you about the history of our native peoples? Did you know that the Iroquois nation was an advanced nation and they had laws and justice, and much of the Constitution of the United States is based on the laws that the Iroquois nation had? We don't want to honor the Indians. Andrew Jackson, when he was president, was a horrible man. I don't care what anybody else tells you, because he chased and moved every Native American out of the area east of the Mississippi River. They took them on the Long March. The Cherokee Indian, do you know how they got their reservation back in North Carolina? They made some money in Oklahoma and went back east and bought the land. It's the only Indian reservation where they are that they bought. And the only Indians that Andrew Jackson didn't move away and evict from their homes in a horrible way were the Indians in New York State and Maine, because New York State had its own laws for Indians and they wouldn't go along with the federal government. But only because of that. So we got to remember, we have been very mean to our native peoples and we've misunderstood them. But it's time our history reflects them, because they gave us so much and they still do. So remember that, guys and girls. Our friends, the Native Americans, are beautiful people that gave us a lot, and we took more than they gave us, and that's why there was so much pain. But that's not going to happen anymore, is it? Not with the Magic Mouse Lovin' gang. Well, it all started a long, long time ago. It was in a faraway place, close to the hearts of those knowing love. And there was a village called Angelville. Now, if you were going too fast or happened to sneeze, you wouldn't see it. Angelville was a tiny speck of a place. It was a desert oasis with simple wooden and adobe houses and dirt roads. And the people of Angelville had very little money, but they had the riches of the universe because they understood the meaning of love. And the only way you could get to Angelville was to find the secret path which led to the center of everything. Now, some people say that this path was created by a tiny, oh so tiny glob of beautiful magic energy, which lived high in the heavens above Angelville. It had no shape, nor any form. Would you like to be this energy? Dance the energy that nobody could see. Get up and do a dance. Show us what this energy that had no shape or form looked like. Become it. Be our savior. Come to Angelville and dance with us. Would you do that? And one day, all of the children of Angelville had gathered in a circle and looked at this tiny glob of beautiful, gentle energy and said, "Please, whoever you are, whatever you are, will you come to Angelville? Will you share with us the joy of your life and the light of your love so we can live in harmony with all living and growing creatures on the planet Earth? Please come." And the glob of energy said, "Of course I'll come. But what should I look like? Should I look like you, or you, or you, or you, or who?" "We don't know," the children said. "Just come." "Well," said the glob of energy, "I know. I'll be a large, gigantic bird-like creature. So large as to frighten all of you into doing what I want. Be ferocious, I dare you. Ah, look at that ferocious energy. Ah, to frighten us all." "No," the children said. "You can't get what you want by frightening people. If you want someone to do something, you must be loving and caring and sharing. Don't be large and mean. Be small. Be so tiny that no one will ever see you. Be a mouse. Be a magic mouse. And in the snapping of a finger, the twinkling of an eye, Magic Mouse arrived in Angelville, but the children had made a horrid mistake, didn't they? Come on, join us for a minute. We all made a mistake. What did we ask Mouse to be so small? But nobody could see it. Mouse said, "If you want to tell that I'm about, because I'm neither boy nor girl, and it makes no difference. Be you neither boy nor girl?" Mouse said, "That's my business, not yours. I am just a being, a mouse. And if you want to know I'm about, find a penny." Have you all got a penny? Now press the penny to your head with one finger. Press it there and take your finger away. Take your finger away, and the penny will stay. Look at all the pennies. Then we know Magic Mouse has left it. Look at the penny after penny. Just press it hard in the middle, not too high up, in the middle of your forehead. Right, not too high. There you go. Hard as you can. And then take your finger away, and the penny always stays. And the best thing to do with a Magic Mouse penny, at night, when you go to bed, you take the penny and put it under your pillow. And in the morning when you awaken and you look, the penny will still be there. Oh boy. But what will be gone will be all your scary and frightening dreams. And they may never return unless you allow it. So if you have a Magic Mouse penny and never allow a frightening dream, you'll be protected forever. Well, the children were so excited, they jumped up and said, "Let's have a party to celebrate the arrival of Magic Mouse." And Magic Mouse said, "Well, it's just the children. We have to have fun at the party." And Magic Mouse called its friend the Gaggle of Giggles. And you must be that gaggle of giggles. Can you giggle? You can giggle indeed. This is indeed a gaggle of giggles. And whenever you see people who are serious and sad, go over to them and say, Oh, you serious and sad? Are you serious and sad? You're serious? There's a smile on your nose. It jumped in your mouth. There's a smile on your chin. It's crawling up your cheek. It jumped in your mouth. You can't get away. Hey, did you know that Mouse taught us you need never shout because the truth whispered will carry on the wind until the whole world hears it? And besides, did you know that when you whispered you had to smile? Go on, try to whisper without a smile. Come on, try to whisper without a smile. You can't do it. You can't do it. You whisper, you have a smile, and when you whisper, people will say, what did you say? What did you say? Come closer. What did you say? But when you shout, they say, go away, go away. So if you have a smile on your face because you brought a whisper to the conversation, people will always listen. Can you hear what I say? And you bend closer. What did you say? Because you're always smiling. And the next time we get together, we'll tell you the story of what happened when Magic Mouse arrived. The children wanted to have a time stop party. A time stop party indeed. And I'm going to send you a tape of the time stop party, and we're going to create a dance for it. And in the time stop party, all the flowers dance. The flowers in Angelville could talk as could you and I. Each and every one could. And have any of you ever been angry? Well, the next time you're angry, go into the garden and sit in silence for 1 hour with one flower, and all your anger will lose its power. That's a promise. Well, the flower said, why should we take all the anger? Sit in silence for an hour with a tree and let your anger be free. Well, the tree said, why not sit in silence for an hour with a grape and let your anger lose its shape? And the grape said, sit in silence for an hour with a friend and your anger will surely end. And little Albertina Cuddlewick said, sit in silence for an hour with an ant. I'll bet you can't. You see? So that's the story I wanted to tell with you today. And now we're just about done. Does anybody want to get up and do a spinning dance? Everybody get up and do a spinning dance. Just, oh, look at that. Spin and turn. Turn and spin and turn. Oh, be joyful in your turn and spin. There we go. What fun, what fun. Now wave goodbye to everybody, and we'll be done for today. Thank you, thank you. Bye. Come again.
No problem, don't worry, no love will lend a hand. No problem, be happy, just do the best you can. No problem, don't worry, you know love will lend a hand. No problem, be happy, just do the best you can. No problem, don't worry, you know love will lend a hand. No problem, be happy, just do the best you can. We're all in this together, but we're playing different games. Well, underneath our skin and bones, you know everyone is the same. No problem, don't worry, you know love will lend a hand. No problem, be happy, just do the best you can. If you come to a valley, you can't get to the other side. Just climb up on my shoulder and I'll take you for a little ride. No problem, don't worry, you know love will lend a hand. No problem, be happy, just do the best you can. No problem, don't worry, you know love will lend a hand. No problem, be happy, just do the best you can. Don't you know that everybody is going through it too? People everywhere are in the same movie as you.
no problem, don't worry. You know love will lend a hand, no problem, be happy, just do the best you can. Sometimes the sun is shining, sometimes rain is all you get. Sometimes you're in a dry spell, sometimes you are all wet. Ooh, no problem, don't worry, you know love will lend a hand. No problem, be happy, just do the best you can. No problem, don't worry, you know love will lend a hand. No problem, be happy, just do the best you can. No problem, don't worry. No problem, be happy. No problem, don't worry. No problem, be happy. No problem, don't worry. No problem, be happy. No problem, don't worry. No problem, be happy.
Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
Well, kids, it's been a great day today. If you want to join the Magic Mouse Lovin' Gang, it's real easy. Won't cost anything. It's free. Just call 889-3100. That's our number. It's a voicemail box. 889-3100. And you can join the Magic Mouse Lovin' Gang. Leave your name and your address and your phone number, and we'll start sending you the newsletter and all the other things, and it doesn't cost anything. So why don't you give us a call at 889-3100 and become a member of the Magic Mouse Lovin' Gang.
I'd rather be me than watch TV. I think I'll go and hug a tree.
I'd rather be me than watch TV. I think I'll go and hug a tree. I'd rather be me, I'd rather be free and live life in simplicity. I'll go out and find some wood and carve it into something good. I'll find a rock and beat the ground and listen to its beautiful sound. 'Cause I'd rather be me than watch TV. I think I'll go and hug a tree. I'd rather be me, I'd rather be free and live life in simplicity.
I'll find some water and some dirt and draw some pictures on my shirt. When my mama catches me, I'll run right out and hug a tree.
'Cause I'd rather be me than watch TV. I think I'll go and hug a tree. I'd rather be me, I'd rather be free and live life in simplicity.
I'll find a bug and watch it crawl, climbing slowly up the wall. I'll find some things that'll make a house and have some tea with Magic Mouse. 'Cause I'd rather be me than watch TV. I think I'll go and hug a tree. I'd rather be me, I'd rather be free and live life in simplicity. I'd rather be me than watch TV. I think I'll go and hug a tree. I'd rather be me, I'd rather be free and live life in simplicity.
Sit for an hour with a flower, and your anger will lose its power. Sit for an hour with a flower, and your anger will lose its power. Sit for an hour with a tree, and your anger will soon be free. Sit for an hour with the grape, and your anger will lose its shape. Sit for an hour with an ant. I bet you can, because the flower can share its sweet nectar of love with the light in its face from the sun up above. So send all your love to a flower today. Your anger will leave you with thoughts fly away.
In the world. And there were no cat fights, probably because the two of them were so different. The Exxon Tiger with power, speed, something you'd want in your gas tank. The Kellogg Tiger, lovable, almost human, someone you'd want delivering your frosted flakes. But trouble broke out when the Exxon Tiger started to look like Tony the Tiger and began to sell food as well as gas. Kellogg's Tony the Tiger threw a hissy fit, called in a federal judge 2 years ago, accused the Exxon Tiger of walking on his hind legs, and even worse, acting in a friendly manner. The Exxon Tiger fought back, said he's been around since 1959, sometimes serious, sometimes whimsical.
And you'll see their tiger at that time was quite slim, and it's actually begun to look more like our tiger over the years. You know, maybe it's been bodybuilding or something, but our tiger is almost unchanged.
People chose up sides.
Oh, I think Tony the Tiger is going to whip Exxon's butt.
I'm for Exxon. Because they're being sued for no reason.
Tony Tiger!
Finally,